Someone smart said it right, it's the golden rule. Multiple income streams, that's what keeps you cool. The trading game is best learned when you get in the ring. Every trade's a battle and preparation's the key to everything. To everything. So welcome to JC's world, where the futures get fun. The truth about prop firms under the morning sun. Join me live, let's trade the NASDAQ ticker and Q. Break down the market moves, me and you. I'll share my strategy, the wins and all the pain. Unfiltered, real time, through the sun and through the rain. Whether you're a pro or just starting out, there's a spot for you. Honest takes live action and prop firm drama too. So welcome to JC's world, where the futures get fun. The truth about prop firms under the morning sun. Join me live, let's trade the NASDAQ ticker and Q. Break down the market moves, me and you. Daily live streams, future strategy on fire. Prop firm updates, taking you higher and higher and higher. Community insights, that's the final key. Learning, growing, leveling up for all of us to see. So come on in and let's get it done. It's not financial advice, but a journey for everyone. Real trader talk, yeah, that's the real one. So welcome to JC's world.
Welcome to JC's World. That song was made by one of our viewers, actually, Ibrahim. I'm liking that song every day more and more. Welcome to JC's World. All right, who we got on? Skylar Steen, Randuran. Let's see who else is on. Thought I saw Jesse James. Yes, sir, in the house. All right, what do we got here? Looks like Nasty NASDAQ is moving tonight. Christopher, Shark Trends. All right, I just got back from the pool. I was hanging out with the kids most of the afternoon outside, but let's see what we got here. Looks like we got an ascending channel going on. Some nasty price action today. I don't know how you guys did during the New York session. If anybody traded New York. I walked out in the green, but I was not trading much today with that chop. That was some nasty chop to the downside. The bounce was cleaner. Let's take a look at this. So this was the choppy move to the downside. The bounce was way cleaner. Look at this mess going down. The bounce was definitely the cleaner play. But by then I was at the pool. I was not interested. All right, so we're in this ascending channel. Let's see, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock, that's the open for Globex. So we this was the close. We pushed up, we came back down, pushed up, came back down, and now we're in, I don't know, land. Okay, so let's see if we get a little pullback on this. I might attempt the channel. Yesterday I tried the bounce on a channel and it tanked on me, but I'll try it again. Shark Trends, good man. You were green. Yeah, I walked out in the green, but not because I traded a lot. I took one trade. I was also coming in the green from last night, so glad I walked away. That push to the downside was nasty. The bounce was clean, but by then I was done. Anyways, we're back to today. Oh, let's start extending some of these levels. Looks like they're running out of Oh, wow, looks like I gotta clean this up tomorrow or tonight. Yeah, the rest of the day that bounce was clean. The move down was choppy as hell. I mean, this was nasty chop on the way down. I got bored of watching it after a while, but this was nice and clean. Oh, that's right. You were short. That's right. You were short on that one, but it was choppy. Definitely a move down for micros, just absorbing all the up and down. Minis, you were catching some heat. All right, Randor was green. Good, good. I mean, it was a nasty day, but as long as you got the right direction at the right time, you walked out in some nice green. Jesse, I think I only have those two trades last night, one winner and one loser, I think. Then one trade this morning, green about 500 on all accounts. All right, man, that's good. Green is green. All right, let's see if we can get some green again tonight. I'm going to try the... yesterday I got flushed out of a channel. Well, maybe I'll try it again. Oh, let's see if we can get a little push down here. Where are we? Where are we? We're at the pivot point. Oh, I got to trade them. I can't just draw channels, right? So let's try to get in at the bottom of that channel. We'll probably catch some heat. If we break out of that channel, then I'll clip it. But playing the bounce of this channel, potentially targeting overnight high, or possibly this level up here. So let's see. We just, on the 50-minute, we touched the VWAP 200 SMA. So let's see if we can get a bounce on this channel. Like I said, last night I got flushed out of a channel. So let's see if the pattern repeats itself today. Good evening to everyone. We're at VWAP, we're at 200 SMA on the lower time frames. Where is VWAP? VWAP is down at 553. See if VWAP holds. Last night I got flushed out. Had to DCA myself out and ended up in the green, but see if I don't have to do that today. This morning when I didn't take a trade, on a channel, the channel's played to the T. And then when I do play the channel, it flushes me out. So we'll see if we get better luck today. King Caesar in the house. What's up? Good evening to everyone. I was just about to say Happy New Year. I don't know why. 6:30 p.m. I was at the pool most of the afternoon with the kiddos. Happy Thursday. Oh, tonight's our Friday for the late night session. All right, so let's see if we can get some green. I'll be back on Monday. I won't do Sunday, but I'll be back Monday, 9:15 p.m. Yeah, it was hot. It was another hot day today. Another hot one. All right, looking for this bounce. If price action respects the ascending channel, we do have an area of confluence similar to last night. All three, look at my luck. 200 SMA, the 20, the 9, everything converging right here. Last night it did not provide support. It actually provided resistance. Let's see if tonight we get a little lucky and we get a move up on this. So King Caesar, Mr. King Scalper. How'd you end up doing, King Caesar, today? Today was probably your paradise. Randarin, I like it. Let's print some dough. So bulls, after that nasty flush today, bulls just literally pushed it right back up. I was bull biased this morning. So let's see if we're finally going to go after all-time highs either this tonight or potentially during the New York session going after all-time highs again. 100 lot. What's up? What's up, brother? Let's go. Make some money. King Caesar, all right, man. You walked out with green. That's what matters. MP, what's the verdict? Long or short? I'm playing the channel on a long. I got flushed out last night playing the same move. So let's see if today I get better luck. Jesse James, big FVGs below us. Yes, sir. 534, I see that. Let's see if we can get a quick pop on this long and get the hell out then. Jesse's scaring us with some FVGs. Yeah, this is similar price. Well, actually, it's pushing a little more than last night. But this area of confluence is very similar to that long I entered last night that flushed me out. So let's see if we get a pop. And I'm not convinced now with all the moving averages there, but let's let it breathe. For now, let's not get too greedy. Let's see if I can get the top of this range, the overnight range. See if we can get that at least. Yes, sir. I see that channel forming. This could be the top. There is a descending channel potentially forming right now, and this would be the top of that channel. So may have to close it. Let's see if, yep, looking like a descending channel forming as well. Tapering, the tapering of the ascending channel, right? Right here. If not, that's pretty much the top of that, and I'm literally potential to do the same thing it did last night on me, which is flush me out of that channel. So looks like it's fading. I may have to clip it. See if we can pop out. If not, I'll have to clip it. Yes. I got caught in a descending channel, right? Mr. Caesar, not trading, just watching. Wise move. Look at these micro movements now. Carl, what prop firm y'all recommend over Topstep? Depends on your style. Take Profit Trader has similar 50% consistency rule. If you're used to the 50% consistency rule with Topstep's evals, Take Profit Trader is a good one. Right now they have what 40% off, no activation fee on your funded account, and they will refund your eval fee once you get your first payout. So take a look at Take Profit Trader. Very loose rules. They pay on time. I've gotten my payouts within 2 business days. So very, very similar to Topstep. Tradeify is another good one. But it depends on where you are in your journey. Shark Trends. I honestly don't know when it's over. Oh yeah, so I honestly don't know when the promo's over. I'll take a look in a second. I gotta see if I gotta close this damn trade. I'm caught in a little descending channel there with a tapering within the larger ascending channel. See if they can pop out of that and keep the ascending channel. Jesse, oh, you're in a long position as well. Where did you enter? King Caesar, I don't do well this session. Surprisingly, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I've done decent. What is this, week 2 of Asia live streaming? It gives me some drawdown money for a New York session. I can't complain. Asia's been doing good for me so far. All right, Jesse's taking a little bit of heat. I'm assuming you got in on this FOMO pump here. It all depends on these moving averages now create an area of confluence. Last night, they killed us, right? This became resistance and they flushed us out on the longs. If we can build support around this and respect this ascending channel, we're good. If this tight descending channel though continues to play out, then the long may not be in play. Indonesia trade. I love calling you in a trade, but I gotta respect that it's Indonesia. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. So let's see if the bottom of that descending channel holds. That would be a break out of that channel, out of the ascending channel. But we're not moving much, so it's not like I'm in over concern mode just yet. But last night I did a similar trade and it flushed me out. I had to DCA myself out of that trade. Ended up in the green, but ended up doing some DCAing. Aprenda Inglés. It looks like they are doing the up and down to build liquidity, then swipe it at 583. Yeah, so I'm targeting 580, which is the top of that overall range or the current overnight high. Quick little scalp, see if we can get it. But they need to get out of that descending channel. Otherwise, this could be a repeat of last night. It's funny. On a descending channel, the bears hold you to those channels. In other words, you should literally short at the top of a descending channel. This morning was short the top of that descending channel and you would have made a ton of money. But longing the bottom of these ascending channels has been weak, to say the least. Carl, can you connect Take Profit Trader to TradingView? Yes, sir. Just make sure you get the Tradeify option. Like I said, they have 40% off right now. You can use code JCDT. They have, what is it, Rhythmic and Tradeify. They pay two business days max to get your payout. 50% consistency rule. Let's take a look at the website real quick. So these are the options. Obviously, you're going with Tradeify, so go with this. You get Ninja and TradingView. These are the account sizes. Obviously, you're paying 40% off of that, whatever you decide. And then no daily loss limit throughout on your sim funded and your pro account. On your sim funded side, your drawdown is end of day. Once you move to your pro account, your drawdown is intraday. Consistency rule, yes, on the eval stage, 50%. And once you get to a funded account, there's no consistency rule. There are news rules for trading on the pro account. In the eval, you can trade the news, but you do get an email for CPI, PPI, not able to trade the news. Was it 1 or 2 minutes? I forget. I have it written down somewhere. 1 or 2 minutes. Oh, here we go. Right here. 1 minute before, during, and after major red events. So I think with the flexibility, the 50% consistency rule, the fact that they pay, you don't hear about denied payouts with Take Profit Trader. 40% off, no activation fee, and they refund you your eval fees once you get to the funded stage. It's a good option. So good luck. Hope that helps. In a trade, 23,700. Yeah, man. I'm bold. I'm gonna take this little long here and probably take profit if we get hit at 580. But if we get a significant pullback or a stronger pullback, I may leave a position open tonight with some micros. We potentially are looking at, all-time highs being hit either tonight or tomorrow during New York. So we'll see. I also felt that way this morning, and look what they did. So take that with a grain of salt. Today they did the dirty. Everybody came in looking for all-time highs, and they flushed us down with some nasty chop. I got out of it in the green, thanks to last night's trading and one trade that I took this morning. But I bailed. I bailed as soon as I saw that nasty chop. All right, something about this hour, man, it just slows down. So it's like we got to wait at least till 10 p.m. Eastern for price action. All right, let's see if we can pop out of that little tapering within the ascending channel. If we can get out of the tapering, then we got a little bit of green light, possibly to 580. But yeah, we're down to 1 minute tick movements. Oh man, slowed down. Carl, yes, they do refund you when you pass. No, I'm sorry, when you take your first payout. When you take your first payout, they'll refund you your eval fee, depending on what size account you got. Yeah, that descending channel, that tapered channel is not, I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it. The repeat of last night, they flushed me out on a similar trade. All right, we'll be a little patient. Let's see if they can pop out of that descending channel. I don't like tapering within an ascending channel, and was hoping for a pop out, but not looking like that. Fernando Sanchez, hi JC, how do you pass evals? Full contracts or slowly? Both. Most of the time I copy trade my evals with funded accounts, sim funded accounts. But occasionally I'll grab an eval, especially Apex, and add some size and try to pass it quicker. But when I'm copy trading and I have the evals in the copy trader, trading it just like a sim funded. King Caesar, I can't trade without momentum. I hear you, brother. Indonesia trade, SPY 640. Oh, you remind me of my options days. SPY. End of day expiration options. Those were fun. Those were fun back in the days. Yeah, this is literally the same price action as yesterday. It rode the channel, literally hovering it, and then boom, flush. So unless it pops out, I'm just going to have to make an executive decision here and close it before I get flushed down. Abalom, Tuesday was the low of the week. Friday they could have the new ATH and sell off, all-time high. Tomorrow I will size very heavy. Yeah, I mean, listen, I thought they were going to pull it off today. Looks like we needed that little flush to get some bulls out of position that were looking for all-time high today. But I think all-time high will happen either tomorrow morning or throughout the night. I'm not staying all night, obviously, but I think all-time highs is in the horizon by tomorrow. We'll see. What time is London? I think I wrote that down somewhere here. London Open, 3 a.m. Eastern. Dustin, you trade GC, and I do not. I keep saying I want to trade gold, crude, and Nikkei, but I keep forgetting to take a look at the charts. But I will trade other futures during the Asia session, especially when NQ is slow, but I got to spend some time. Maybe this weekend I'll take a look at crude specifically and Nikkei along with gold and try to trade those. All right, let's see if we can get out of this descending channel. If we can pop out of that, it's getting tighter and tighter. Appreciate you, Dustin. Yeah, I'll take a look at it because, yeah, when NQ is this slow, it can't hurt to look at something else and trade it. All right, so we did get that pop out. Little bear flag there. I'm sorry, bull flag. Let's see if they can hold it and push out. That's a tapering channel within the ascending channel. But we need to pop out. Otherwise, they're doing the same thing that they did last night. And the longer I stay, I'm just prolonging my death for a flush down. Yusuf. Yeah. Not doing it. Not doing it yet. See if they can pop out. Otherwise, it's very similar price action to last night. They hovered around the bottom of the ascending channel and they flushed it. We'll see. Chris Peters, hate Tradeify charts. Tradeify, the only reason I don't trade on Tradeify is because you can't copy trade multiple prop firm accounts on Tradeify. You can only trade the same prop firm's accounts. But I gotta be honest, Tradeify is pretty easy to, pretty cool web-based platform. Jesse James is telling us that his Renko bars are signaling big move. Last night, the big move was to the downside with similar price action. Let's see if we can get away with a pop today. It could go either way. Yusuf, I have not seen gold. I promise that for next week, I'll take a look at gold over the weekend and start building my levels. I do want to trade other futures during the Asia just because sometimes it's just too slow. I wouldn't mind being in two positions, gold and NQ. John Wilcox. So I copy trade my Rhythmic accounts on Quantower, multiple props. In other words, I can trade multiple props at the same time with Quantower's built-in copy trader. For Tradeivate, I use this account that you see here as my master. This is my master account. And Tradesyncer copy trades my Tradeivate accounts. Tradesyncer is a web-based cloud copy trader. In other words, you don't have to install it on your computer like Ninja and Replicanto. No CPU resources. It's all cloud-based. I love Tradesyncer. I think a lot of people on this community have tried and trade on Tradesyncer, and it is a game changer, freeing your computer from having multiple installed platforms. Carl, is the Tradesyncer system free? No, Tradesyncer is a monthly subscription. They have different plans as well. You do get I think it's a 10%, 10% discount using code JCDT. But they have 3 plans depending on the number of connections you need. When you calculate the number of connections, make sure you know that your master account is technically a connection. All right, we're still doing this ugly price action similar to yesterday, hovering around the bottom of the channel, ascending channel, and then they flushed it last night. See if we get some different price action today and we get a pop, targeting the top or the current or overnight high. I'm a couple points below it at 580. Let's see if we can get lucky and capture our first trade of the night. But it's struggling. Dustin Sharp, I still don't completely understand your strategy. What would be your ideal short from this price? What would be likely to happen? Well, I'm scalping right now. I'm playing a channel, right? So I'm longing the bottom of this channel. This is not a long-term play. I mainly use 2200 SMA, pivot points, VWAP, and 1 hour and 4 hour support and resistance levels. Yeah, it's very simple. Not a complicated strategy in any way. Yeah, we're not able to get out of this channel. This is very similar to last night, and I got flushed out. I got flushed out. So problem is now that bottom of that tapered channel is pretty low. It just doesn't want to pop out. Yeah, it's struggling. There's more downside to this. It's a repeat of yesterday's ascending channel. It was the break. Well, the bottom of that channel just held. And they pushed, though, is the question. Chart trends is staying in along as long as we stay above VWAP. VWAP was at what, 555? Brenda Igles, how much have you made so far? So in 2024 was my first full year. I made about 220 with about 25K in expenses. This year is a lot slower. This year I barely have 100K in prop firm payouts. It's not including my personal account, but this year has been slower. I changed to 150Ks, and that's probably part of the issue. Mohammed, how are you, man? Long time no see. Good to see you, brother. I've been wondering what happened to Mohammed. Good to see you. Mo, that's what I'm in. I'm willing to take a VWAP pullback here, but we'll see. Last night this was very similar, and they flushed us down. And Jesse James needs a push up too. We gotta help Jesse. Looks like he's trapped up there, but I think we'll get up there. Olivier, yeah, me too. This year is really hard. I remember last year you did good with Fast Track and Apex. Yeah, last year, I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the 20 accounts on Fast Track and 19 accounts on Apex. That added up pretty quickly. I got up. Now that added up in the third and fourth quarter. I got up to 200K or 220 with about 27,000 in expenses for straight to funded accounts with Fast Track, Apex evals, activation fees, all that. But I walked out nicely net in the green. This year I switched to 150Ks. I've blown less accounts, but I've also gotten less payouts, and I'm only up to around 100K in payouts this year. That's outside of the personal account with prop firms. So we'll see. I'm not going to rush it. I'm not going to change back to 50Ks. I'm going to continue with the 150Ks throughout the year, and then I'll make a decision for next year. Maybe split up some 150Ks and some 50Ks. So we'll see. Dustin Sharp, how was tax time? Oh, it must suck. Why would tax? See, this is what I don't understand. Why would tax time suck on earned income? So you pay taxes on earned income. You wouldn't want that extra income? It's funny when I read comments on, well, your taxes on payouts. You're paying taxes on an extra income coming into your house. I would take extra income any day, even have to pay taxes. Still the same percentage if it was a corporate job. It's just an additional revenue stream. So no, tax time does not suck. It would suck if I didn't have that extra income coming into the house. That would suck. You pay almost 40%. Wow, you were on payouts. Mine was a lot lower, but I also what's the word? Wrote off everything, eval fees, activation fees. That's tuition. That's educational expense. Your payouts are marketing expenses. It's just how you do your taxes. I'll leave it at that. I'm not a tax advisor, so probably best to get off that conversation. Speak to your tax consultant, but you should never look at a payout as a negative in terms of taxes. If you're looking at it that way, then you're not understanding the concept of multiple revenue streams. Chris Peters, do I work full time? Yes, remotely. Changed career path, but remotely, remote job. I think we were talking about that last night. Completely depending on trading is very risky. I'm not there yet. I probably need another couple of years before I would even consider it. Just when you think you have the market figured out, it humbles you and it tells you, no, you're not ready. So don't leave your daytime job. All right, I'm not liking that channel. They're not able to push up, but I'll be patient. I got to understand. It's not New York session, Mo. But Mo, good to see you, brother. How you been? You're enjoying the summer? Looks like you've been away for a little bit. All right, they're riding that channel if they can continue to be. Coach Fred, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Chris Peters, I work full time and do this on the side. Been dabbling in it for years. Just started to get serious about it. Yeah, I think I started futures prop firm trading third quarter of 2023. I was not profitable for the third or the fourth quarter of 2023. I became profitable probably second quarter of 2024. And then third and fourth quarter with fast track trading, 20 accounts, and Apex, 19 accounts. I killed it third and fourth quarter. I had a really good third and fourth quarter last year. So this is technically the second year, full year trading prop firms, futures with prop firms. But I'm still not there. I still got ways to go full time. I thought maybe, I'll be honest with you, I think end of last year and probably beginning of this year, I was considering, maybe I can just do this full time. The market will humble you. It'll tell you, it'll give you the sign, no, you're not ready. But it's extra income. Like I said last night, grab a remote job. You still need something to fund your prop firm trading. Stick to a job. Do this on the side. Make sure you're getting true income with prop firms or day trading, whatever it is, that covers your expenses before you go and say, hey, I'm leaving the job. And even if this becomes a bigger part or a greater income, I don't think I would leave it as the only. Multiple revenue streams. Do this for a couple hours. Why would I not want to do something for the rest of the day? multiple revenue streams, I think, is the key. Um, if day trading can be done for a couple hours a day, and you got the rest of the day, or you got the opportunity to make incomes doing something else for the rest of the day, why not? You need something to fund your fund. Yep. I agree. Oliver, hey JC, if you had to describe your strategy in a short format, how would you explain it? It's not one strategy. There's a couple things that I use, right? 20 and the 200 SMA are the main ones. Lately, I've added the 9 EMA. You see my 1 hour and 4 hour support and resistance. If I would sum it up in 2 words, support and resistance. Very level based, but I can take a momentum trade. For anybody who watched the stream this morning, I took a nice momentum trade on a 50-minute opening range breakout with minimal drawdown. So I don't think there is one strategy. I'm not an ICT trader. ICT traders, I understand, they have one strategy and they stick to it. So I would say it's multiple strategies around support and resistance, using the 20 and the 200 VWAP pivot points, but very simple. One thing we've been learning, yesterday we had Jesse James talk about his Renko bars and his approach. We've talked about FVGs, ICT, and fair value gaps. You know, there are a lot of names for all these areas, but what you're going to find is typical 1 hour, 4 hour level is probably going to match a fair value gap. It's probably going to match something else on some other strategy. So it's all about finding the strategy that works for you. Alex, you don't use a stop loss? Most of the time I'm using a manual or a mental stop loss. Has it hurt me? 100%. Are there times where it's too volatile and I'll put a stop? Yeah. Jesse James, yep, he should. That's why this is not financial advice and it's for entertainment purposes only. Have I been caught with my pants down without a stop? 100%. I think it's because mainly with the New York session, you have a lot of fake outs. And you got to be able to take the drawdown on some of these wicks. Their stop hunt, NQ is notorious for stop hunt runs, so you got to widen your stop. Again, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. You should always have a stop. And usually when you do a manual stop, you start moving it as price action goes against you. So it's something I got to work on. I gotta figure out a way to just stick to a stop. I just hate stops. And then I've been caught with a mental stop, and on the fly you start adjusting it. So, hey. Or then you get that 80-point wick without a stop and you're screwed. All right, it's starting to climb slowly. I'm still not convinced. Oliver, do you always stick to your TP or do you sometimes close early? I'll trail. There's some times that I trail. This is just too slow to even know what's going to happen. Ah, boy, oh boy. Dustin, what hair gel do you use? Oh man. He's going there. All right, are we pumping? Little ticks here and there. Sam Khan, can you please show how you draw these high level key level? They're just simple 1 hour, 4 hour support resistance. But I think we're going to do a video on that, or do a Discord on support and resistance levels. Mohammed, June, I think I mentioned June, I did not get any payouts at all. July, finally, I got Apex, 5 accounts only. So I got the payout, when was it? Monday, finally deposited. So we'll see. It looks like that was it for July. Well, not, it doesn't look like it. That was it for July. 10K with Apex. And rebuilding for August. We'll see how it goes. Jamie, how's it going, brother? Welcome to the stream. All right, they're continuing to push it, but they're still hovering at the bottom of this channel. I'm not liking that at all. If we can get this pop to 80, I'll be done, and then see if we can get some type of pullback. I am bull biased, just like I was this morning, so that doesn't mean much. Propworks. Bulenox, I only do one account now because I do 150Ks. The activation fee on Bulenox 150Ks is like $4.95. If you can pass it in one day, then you're just buying a straight to funded, which is fine. But $4.95 for an eval, for a sim funded account, that's up there. But as long as you buy them at 91% off, I guess you got to look at it as you're buying a straight to funded account. Oh, Mohammed, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, like I said, June for me, no payouts in June. I had a brutal blowing of all my accounts mid-May, and still in recovery mode. All right, I'm gonna trail this. We are kind of starting to fade out on this level. 5 minute. So I think in terms of a quick scalp, I'm going to trail this TP right below the 9. Why is this not working? There we go. Just in case we fade out, I'll grab some profit. I don't want to give too much back, but let's see if we can capture that 280 or TP, one of the two. Let me make sure nothing has changed over here. Ah, come on, keep pushing. I think that's the pop. That's pretty much what the 5 minute is giving us. I don't think we're going to get more on that move. All right, let's see if we can get that 80, but I'm not going to allow it to flush back down below the 9, so... I want it quick, otherwise we're in for a pullback, and then we'll decide where to re-enter. Mo, I'm not shorting. I'm in a long. I have my take profit at 580, but NASDAQ is doing what it wants, not what I want it to do. All right, I think I'm going to close here. That's current high of, that's the, it attempted to hit the current overnight high. I'm going to clip it for now. So we capture some profit. Let's see the next pullback on this and re-enter. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I think we're just topping on the 5 minute oscillators, so we might take a pullback here, and then I can re-enter. If it pushes, then it pushes. Alex, appreciate you, man. Yeah. Feel free to share ideas. I know we had some people sharing some bookmap levels yesterday. Yeah, feel free to share all that stuff. Jesse, you must be in relief now, right? Nice. Target is 80. Yeah, I got shaken out only because some of these oscillators are topping off, but 80 should be fine. It's only another 5 points, 4 points at this point. You should be fine. Alex, order flow has pretty much taken over your trading. Nice. So what's the, I don't trade order flow, but what's the concept, if you want to kind of detail the strategy of how you use order flow for your trading? Yeah, the guesting on this stream is open to anyone, right? The idea is to bring different strategies. Yesterday, I think Jesse had a great session going over his Renko bars, some of the indicators that he's coded himself. And the idea is to bring you guys on and share your strategies, whether it's ICT, order flow, bookmap. It's a community. The idea or the concept behind this channel is to build a community of traders with different strategies, different approaches. We have a lot of new or beginner traders that, you know, can start kind of building their strategies around different ideas, right? Carl, so you grabbed the Tradeify account. I logged into Tradeivate. Do I create a live account on Tradeivate? No, you're simulated. Even if it's a straight to funded account, it's still a simulated funded account. It's simulated, Carl. Although it's a straight to funded account, it's a sim funded account. Yep. All right, so price action came to that 275.80 level and is now kind of hovering there and consolidating. Very low volume. And that's what I was afraid of with the topping of the oscillators at that level. I don't mind getting back in, but I'll take the profit now and see if we get the full 5-minute pullback. Then I'll consider re-entering probably around that 200 SMA or that 60, 50 level. If we take the full 5-minute pullback right now, if it's just a pullback to the bottom of that channel, then that's fine. But at this point, I'll probably only be interested in a full pullback on this, probably at that 50 or 200 SMA. We'll see. If the channel holds though, then there's potential further than 80 move on this. Channel's holding. Elderly, yes. Lately, we have not gotten continuation. I'll add usually when I see continuation, especially during the New York session. But those days of easy continuation have been long gone by summer trading. But I'll add. Sometimes I'll DCA and I'll add. Last night I DCA'd, right? And ended up walking out in the green. All depends on price action. I prefer to add in the green, but if I have to, I'll defend the position with a DCA. As long as it's around a valid level, not just DCA into DCA. All right, so that channel's holding. They're not flushing it yet, so I think if you guys are still in longs, you're good. Alex is going for 598, 600. And yeah, at this point, I'll wait for the pullback. I mean, they may push this even beyond 580 right now. There's no such thing as overbought or oversold. And they can take their time in that channel. They can push this up on this move to 600. So all depends. Dustin, I appreciate you, man. Glad you're enjoying the content. Carl, I just closed the long. How much did I make on that? Oh, not much. 285. I wish we had a little bit more action. I'm gonna have to start looking at oil, gold, and Nikkei. Dustin, I just trade ORB, either retest, continuation, or fake out. 30-minute ORB on GC. Play the continuation before at Asia Open. Good. Be interesting to hear more about your strategy too. There's been some nice opening range breakout plays on NQ in the mornings. Today it was a nice one, nice little pop. I think it was like 15, 20 points, and that pop became the session high. So if you didn't get out of that, you got caught. All right, they're going for that 80 touch. Mohammed, I believe it's now 83%. I just haven't updated the website. All right, let's see if they're finally topping this and take a little pullback on the 5-minute. Or just holding that. As long as the channel holds, longs are good. All right, let's see if the ascending channel holds. As long as this little channel holds, then we're good. Elderly, unrelated and random question. What brand is your V-neck? It's funny, who wrote the other day, JC, do you wear the same shirt every day? So I have 2 dozens. I have 2 dozen black V-necks and 2 dozen white V-necks. I love my V-necks. I believe these are H&M. But yeah, I have dozens of them because I wear a V-neck pretty much every day, either white or black. But yeah, someone asked, do you wear the same V-neck every day? No. I buy multiples for most of my wardrobe. Because I came from the corporate world and I traveled a lot, I had multiple V-necks, black and white, literally 2 dozens at all times. As soon as, especially the white ones, start getting messy, I throw them out and buy another dozen. Same thing with no-show socks and work socks. Same color, multiples of. Makes it easy to travel. My corporate days with travel, you would have to have duplicates of everything. It was so much easier to have your travel bag ready to go because I would come in literally, I travel out Monday, come back home, let's say Thursday or Friday, and then get back on a flight on Monday. So the packing and unpacking, that's just too much work. It's easier to have multiple duplicate of your toothbrush, duplicate toothpaste, duplicate gel, duplicate deodorant, duplicate socks. Everything is just ready to go. Just makes traveling easier. But yes, I do wear a different shirt every day. It's not the same one. That was funny when I saw that comment the other day. All right, if it's gonna pull back, taking its dear time. Elderly, yes indeed. All right, let's see if this channel holds. Otherwise, they may finally flush it out of that channel. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna try them for my multiple stockpile. Yeah, it's so much easier to just have multiples of the same color. All right, let's see what are we gonna do. We're gonna stick to that. So far, that channel is holding. No flush yet. So they're stair-stepping it. But it's slow. But anyways, let's chat with all the new viewers. If you're new to the stream, Welcome to the stream. I live stream from Arizona, so my times are 3 hours behind New York Eastern. I do the New York, I do the late Asia session every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. And I also do New York session for the New York Open, 9:15 a.m. If you're enjoying the content, only if you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe, and more importantly, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. Elderly, I heard most entrepreneurs wear the same clothes 90% of the time. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that, but I guess let's ask AI. All right, so we got plenty of time to talk about every little comment. Let's take a look at Google. Some individuals intentionally purchase multiple identical or very similar clothing items, often creating a uniform for themselves. This practice can be driven by desire to simplify decision making, streamline routines, or express a specific style. Reduces decision fatigue. Yeah, I don't have time. Just same thing works. I know it works. Just wear it again. Streamline morning routine, consistent image. There is a reason for YouTube making sure that you're consistent with your brand on thumbnails and overall. So I guess that's a fit there. Finding the right fit. Yeah, once it works, don't fix it. Minimalism and sustainability. All right, there you go. Mohammed, I think one more big push up is coming. I'm waiting for the pullback. So I'm bull biased. I got my first trade in. Now I gotta wait for the pullback, and we'll hop on another long. They've been spending too much time at 275. I don't like that. Yep. It does create consistency in terms of thumbnails and the branding, elderly. All right, let's see if we can get a pullback. 270. If they're gonna do it dirty, VWAP 555. Be a little patient, but they got to get out of this channel. The channel has been holding. Best DJ in town, Jess Einstein, is the big example of same outfit. He had several black pants and white shirt just so he didn't have to spend time deciding in the mornings. I'm assuming you mean Jeff, so I don't know if that's a good thing. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm assuming he's talking about Jeff or Albert. Mo is long. Yeah, that channel's holding, man. When it pops, it pops. I just I got out of my position, so I'm gonna have to wait for a pullback now. All right, let's play a song for the Bulls. Let's play a song for the Bulls. Hold on, guys. Let's get you guys motivated. I'm already out of my position, but I'll help the Bulls out tonight. See if this works.
Yay. Morning light, screens ignite, green candles breaking dawn. Got my eyes locked on the fight, this rally's moving on. Heartbeat thumps like open drums, hopes riding every trade. Feel the buzz, no turning back, we're ready to invade. Hold your breath, count down the line, never felt so alive. Take that step, cross every sign, watch us as we thrive. Bulls, let's go pump this to the moon. To the moon we're gonna fly, hands up high, we're touching sky. Green light shine, we'll amplify. Bulls on fire day. Feel the roar, no turning back. Crash the ceiling, lead the pack. Chasing dreams, we're on track. Rise up with all our might. Every tick we stake our claim. Riding waves of hope and chance. Never play the losing game. We're born to advance. Echoes of the trading floor fuel the steps we take. We'll keep pushing past the score. No move left to fake to our hate.
They're pushing, they're holding that channel.
To the moon, we're gonna fly. Hands up high, we're touching sky. Green light shine, we'll amplify. Bulls on fire today. Feel the roar, no turning back. Crash the ceiling, lead the pack. Chasing dreams, we're on the track. Rise up with all our might. Ride the wave into the dawn. We'll be legends long after gone.
Yeah, the magic of AI. It's not Suno AI, it's 11 Labs. I use 11 Labs for my videos, for the prop firm video updates on the channel. And I didn't know that you could make these songs through AI as well. I didn't know that until today. Jesse actually shared, I was asking questions on some of these tracks I hear out there. But yes, it's 11 Labs. AI, that's an AI track for you. All right, they're pumping. That's the bottom of that channel. Dustin, actually, Ibrahim, who's a viewer, he actually created the intro song. So when I start to stream, I always play that intro, and that was a track that Ibrahim made. It's that "Welcome to JC's World." So if Ibrahim is on, thank you, brother. I love that track. That's a good song. I love how the chorus, and it's a catchy tune. So thank you. All right, they're building this, man. They're not letting go of this ascending channel. It's holding. They're pushing. Yeah, the intro song was Ibrahim. He out of nowhere he surprised me on the Discord with a track. Mohammed, your stop is at break even. I think there's more juice. Listen, I'm thinking it's close to topping, but they're riding the bottom of that ascending channel and respecting it. So, Elderly, my personal account is on Interactive Brokers. I can the reason I like Interactive Brokers, I can copy trade on Quantower. I can connect Quantower to my Interactive Brokers account. I can also trade it on TradingView. I hate Interactive Brokers platform. I would never trade on that platform. That platform is garbage. But the fact that you can copy trade it in Quantower, love it. It has sick margin requirements. I mean, a live account on Interactive Brokers, you got margin just to trade one mini, and you got overnight margin if you're holding overnight. So it's serious margin, but I have no issues. Great fills, cheap commission rates, and I can trade it right off of Quantower or TradingView. Perfect, perfect. Elderly, it depends on the price of the NQ. But if right now we're at what, 23,575, I didn't check it this morning, but 20 grand per mini. Tradeivate is 1K for one mini. Yeah, I've heard, but I don't know how they do 1K for one mini with the. In other words, your drawdown is based on 1K at that point. In other words, if you lose 1K, I would assume that you just blew your account. Interactive Brokers is a little different. You use your actual money as drawdown, right? So if you have, let's say, 50 grand, I mean, if you're trading two minis, you'll get a margin call. I mean, it's a margin call, but it's really an email that you need to add funds or they'll close your position. All right, so it looks like we did top at that area. Now we're getting out of that channel. That's what I was concerned. I was seeing the topping. So we did literally touch 280, but now let's see where this pullback goes to. Now we're out of the channel, or attempting to get out of the channel. Oh, Alex, yeah, I don't have a personal with Tradeivate, but I find it hard to be able to trade one mini with 1K. I mean, I guess you can trade it that way. You just got to be very tight, probably micros. Interactive Brokers are, what's the other one? Thinkorswim. That's a little different. You're actually using your capital to back that mini. So the margin requirement is higher. I think AMP is also that way, right? You can trade minis with like 2K or something like that. All right, let's see if the channel holds. I'm not going to long the bottom of that channel right now. I'm waiting for a stronger pullback. But if the channel holds, you got the top of that as potential. Mohammed, I was just talking about that. I personally like Interactive Brokers, but you got to put in some decent capital to be able to trade 2 or 3 minis. If you're only trading micros, you can get away with maybe 15, 20 grand. But it doesn't work like Tradeivate or AMP, where you say you put in 400 bucks or 1,000. Brian is telling us that AMP is 400 for a mini, but that's really your drawdown. So you can trade a mini. I guess it's the leverage if you're You can trade one mini with 400 a drawdown, but that could be one wick and you're out. With interactive brokers, you know, you're not blowing your account if you take $400 or $1,000 in drawdown. But like I said, I love IBKR. No issues. Sure, your margin requirement is high and the amount of cash you got to put in there to trade minis is high, but I'm not blowing accounts if I take $1,000 drawdown or more. Yep, that's one thing I said. Charting on the platform and charting on interactive brokers, garbage, garbage. The only reason I entertain interactive brokers is because I can copy trade it on Quantower. So I don't care about the charts on interactive brokers. I'm charting on Quantower and doing most of the stuff here on that you see. And I can just trade it like a prop firm account on Quantower or TradingView. Mohammed, link your account to what's it called? To Quantower. They have a little API that allows you to connect to Quantower. Rhino, what's going on, brother? All right, so we're getting out of that channel. This is what I was worried. That's why I exited there. I was seeing some topping at this area, so we did push up to around 279. I think we saw 280, and now taking a pullback. So I'm waiting for the pullback on the 5-minute. If they go back into the channel, I'm still not going to long that thing. Mo, yes, you can connect to Quantower. Hold on for a second. I'll show you the API. Forgot the name of it. Hold on. There's a guide on Quantower on how to connect it. Let me just find the name so I can find it. IB Gateway. Let me pull it up real quick. It's called IB Gateway, and it links your interactive brokers account to Quantower, but you can also trade easier on TradingView. Here's the IB Gateway mode. Obviously, you would select live trading, boom and boom, and then you connect this to Quantower, but it's called IB Gateway. Here, let me send you a link on how to connect. Right here, connection to interactive brokers with Quantower, and it gives you all the steps. Here's that IB Gateway, gives you all the steps, and you bring it right into, it's an API, you bring it right into your Quantower connection. So pretty straightforward. They have the instruction. Let me, I'll put the link right there in the chat so you can knock yourself out. That's the only reason. Like I said, the Quantower platform is garbage. The charting, garbage. But if you're able to just copy trade it on Quantower or TradingView, perfect. They have great fills. You know interactive brokers from options, Mo. The fills on interactive brokers for options are insanely good. No subscription fee for IB Gateway, no. Elderly, have a great night, brother. Go hit that gym. Stealth, welcome to the stream. Let me see. Let me just make sure I'm not missing everybody. I said hello to Rhino. Rhino caught the long at open, done for the day, locked out in Topstep X. Nice, nicely done. Anytime, Mo. All right, this is painfully slow tonight. Doesn't want to flush, doesn't want to pop, just hanging out. Yeah, welcome. Any new viewers, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Slow price action right now. Usually picks up, around 11:30 Eastern. Oh man. I don't have my platform open right now, Mo, but I'm pretty sure right now it's around 18, 19K. Let me check interactive brokers, and that's for one mini. Yeah, it's pretty high right now. Let me share my screen real quick. So interactive brokers margin requirements right now. You have the intraday and then you have overnight maintenance. So let's take a look at CME. This is the column. CME NQ. $25K right now. And you need 36 to hold overnight on one mini. That's the welcome to the live trading world. Take profit trader sale. I think somebody asked me earlier. Let me take a look. I think it was Shark. Let's see. When does it end? I don't see a date. Oh, August 10th. So let's take a look at the website. Our resets included in the 100% refund. 100% test refund applies to your first month's no fee 40 test fees included. So for example, if you use promo code through August 10th, you get 102 back in your first withdrawal. So until August 10th, and you can use code JCDT, gives you that 40%, or whatever affiliate you use. Just make sure you use an affiliate code, whoever you use. It helps their channel. Mo, yeah, it's a lot, but you're able to take a lot more drawdown versus like what people have been talking about, like AMP or what is it, Ninja? I mean, if you're gonna trade one mini with a $1,000 account, that could be one trade and you blew it. Versus with interactive brokers or most brokers that require margin to trade NQ, you're not blowing it with $1,000 drawdown. Chris Peters, resets are only fees not waived or will cost you for life of account after getting funded. Correct. If you reset your account, there's no discount on reset fees. Wow, this is undecided up here, huh? That's why I'm not liking it. Yesterday, we did this same type of price action, not this extended. Yesterday, we did this, and then finally, boom. That's why I got out. I was like, I don't want to repeat it yesterday. Yoda, welcome to the stream. Good evening. Good evening to anybody new or anybody that's just joining the stream. Steph, appreciate you, man. Thanks. You get the 40% and you help out the stream for well. I'm trying to get, especially Take Profit Trader. Next month, I should be able to get some giveaways, account giveaways based on the channel's activity with the promo code. So stay tuned for that. I'm still a little guy in terms of the affiliate world, but I'm hoping that next month I can start getting Take Profit Trader to give us some free accounts to give away. All right, they're trying to get back into that channel. Technically, they're in the channel. It's just that my channel is a little on the high side. I don't want to move it, but if I drop it a little bit, you're still in the channel, right? All right, let's see. We're gonna get a pullback on this. Still not happening. All right, so we just hit the 20 SMA on the 5 minute. We got the 200 right below, and we got VWAP at 555. Let's see if we have a stronger pullback on this. Just close them accounts. All right, they're not giving up the channel. They want to go back in. Let's see. Sorry, guys. Something just was brought to my attention, and I'm fixing it right now. Uh-oh, Jesse's getting a long signal. He's got that Renko bar telling him, go long. How long is that signal, Jesse? How many points we talking about? Put in 10 contracts, 10 points. Can we get that? Man, looks like I'm going to be yapping away tonight. Just doesn't want to move. All right. Just rub that crystal ball when you're ready to let me know how many points we're going for. I'll FOMO along on your signal. Shark Trades. Isn't it funny how different we trade live accounts? Prop firms, I'll be honest with you, sometimes you get into so much drawdown, you're like, I'll blow it. It's only going to cost me $100. When you're trading your own money, your stops are pretty tight. If you watch me here without a stop on a live account, hell no. We got a tight stop on that. That's why, that's part of the reason why I switched to 150Ks. I'm trying to start building better habits um, using the 150Ks. That way I can start focusing more on the live funded account. Jesse, don't follow my trades. In fact, fade me to preserve accounts. I'm waiting for the pullback. I think the long signal is accurate. We just need the 5-minute reset. Chris Peters, 50Ks. Last year, I only used 50Ks. Made a lot of money with 50Ks, but I also blew a lot. Still profitable overall. I mean, nicely in the green last year, but I switched to 150Ks. I've blown a lot less this year, but I've also made a lot less. So I'll give it the full year. I'll make a decision for 2026. Maybe I'll split it up, a couple 150s, a couple 50Ks. Ain't going nowhere. 50s pay, Chris. You're gonna blow. You have potential to blow more accounts, but as long as you can get yourself to pay out, the 50Ks pay. I got to be honest. They pay and they pay consistent. Um, there's that little cycle of burn and churn that you may fall into it, but 50Ks I think are a great pay machine. For me, since I trade minis, I rarely trade micros. I need the drawdown, so 150Ks allows me to trade my style, be able to take drawdown, and not blow accounts that much. I blew my Rhino. I blew my Tradeify account. I'm over the 20%. It doesn't suit my style. You don't blow your account if you're over a 20% consistency rule. You just got to make more. Oh, Chad used to have 300K funded Apex. Ooh, congrats if you got to 300K funded. Should have lasted a long time trading micros, but no, a few DCA on minis and took care of those. Yep. Uh, that's the trick. I trade 150Ks, but I still trade it very similar to a 50K. That's why you only see me take one, maybe two contracts, probably the most three or four on a 150K, and that's minis. The trick with 150s and 300Ks is trading them similar to the 50K. So you literally extend the time that you get to a payout, but you keep it longer. The trap with the 150 and the 300Ks is the drawdown you have and oversizing. Chris Peters, yep, I agree. ES is pushing. Okay, I should make it a habit to look at ES more often, but I don't. We're just in this consolidation. All right, let me adjust this channel now with all the new data. Extend it. Are they going to continue to ride it? Looks like we got 3 touches there, so that could be the bottom of the channel. But it's tapering. I don't like that price action. I don't like tapering like this in a channel. That's deceiving. It's once I saw this kind of fading, that's why I got out of my long. But doesn't mean it can't pop. Team Massive, blessings, brother. Welcome to the stream. Peter Chan, JC, let's go. 15 cons on Apex evals. Let's go, full port it. Nothing like 1 day pass with evals on Apex, especially with the 50Ks. I remember last year. I can't tell you how many times. Actually, Apex had a I forgot a handle. I forgot what it's called. When Apex had their Discord, if you passed an eval full porting it with one trade, full port, you just had to send the screenshot of the trade, and they'd give you a what's that called? Not a mod. I don't know. Let's call it a handle. And it was a full port. I forget what they're called, but yeah, they did have that on the Apex Discord last year. Jamie, 10 micros, 3,600. Nice. That's a nice win. Jamie, you passed your Bulenox with one overnight trade. Yeah, it becomes straight to funded. I was talking about that earlier. Bulenox has what, 83. I only buy Bulenox at 91%, but I only buy one because the 150K is $495 to activate. The 50Ks are a lot less and worth it. But once, if you can pass a Bulenox account in 1 day, you're technically paying for a straight to funded. So that's why they're good. But at $495 on the 150Ks, I only do one. All right. It might get a little loud. My son is starting to play the saxophone. I can hear him in the background. Oh boy. Let's see if the noise canceling on this mic works tonight. All right, they're trying to go back into that channel. They're not giving it up just yet. I want 5 take profits was not ready for this promo. Yeah, the 40% and no activation fee has been around for a while. I think the ability to get your eval fee refunded with your first payout is big. But even without that, the 40% off and no activation fee, that usually runs throughout the year. All right, let me start extending my levels here. I'll do this tomorrow morning, but I think that's it. Team Massive, give it up, Bulls. N54 just started a 150K static Blue Sky. Tried Blue Sky for a little bit. I don't like the drawdown, and I didn't. Blue Sky now has 150Ks. Oh, that's static. Right. I think I had their 100K trailing, but your drawdown was a lot less than most 100Ks. Man, I hope you guys are not hearing that sax. Thing is loud and high pitched. They say funded accounts rarely last over 2 months. That is very true, my friend. Very true. That's why I switched to 150Ks. All right, good. Man, it's loud. And I got the door closed too. JC, you've seen this new prop, no consistency. Yeah, I think it's Christopher, if I'm not mistaken, talked to us about that prop a couple of weeks ago. I don't have any accounts with them. I haven't opened any accounts with them, but I forgot somebody had mentioned it on the stream the other day. You're talking about this one, right? I have no news on them. The only thing I did notice that the prices were a little on the high side, but everything else looks the same. 150K, 9K profit target. Trailing drawdown is actually a little higher, 5,500. 10 minis, 100 micros, no consistency rule, no daily loss limit, DCA allowed, market data included. I know somebody, for some reason, Christopher, I think it was Christopher that talked to us about this prop firm, but I haven't tried them out yet. N50, any word on payouts? Are they taking care of payouts? All right, so now the 200 SMA has been creeping up, and we're about to touch. VWAP, though, has not been creeping up, and it's at 555, kind of around this level. So let's see if we get a stronger pullback to this level and see if we get a bounce there. Rhino, that's great, man. Yeah, I'm trying to get him into keyboard is next. Drums and keyboard. So keep him busy. Keep him from gaming. Captain Price, ideally bears return fast tomorrow at open. I think we're going to have to hit all-time high, whether it's tonight or during the open. What happens after that? I agree with you. Maybe that's finally the pullback. But I think we have to hit all-time high first or establish a new all-time high, whether it's tonight or during the New York session. All right, cool. Yeah, this tapering, I don't like this tapering. This is and they're out of the channel now. The 200 is holding right now, but last night we saw a nasty flush with a similar setup. That's why I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see if we get a stronger pullback. Where's the pivot point? Pivot point is at 560, right around VWAP. So I'm hands off until we see this area. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, here's that pullback. Let's see if they come back down to VWAP and that pivot point. Rhino, yeah, I gotta take them out. I gotta take a look at them. I just haven't really spent too much time. All right, how far will this pullback go? Is this it? That's the 200 SMA. You got VWAP at 555. You got that level there at 550. And you got pivot point at 555, 560. All right, good evening to everyone. Anybody new to the stream? I live stream from Arizona, so my times are 3 hours behind New York Eastern. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern. And for those of you that trade nasty NASDAQ in the morning, I'm also doing New York session, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. So far, only one trade. Glad I got out of that trade. And let's see if we get a pullback. So currently up 285, but it's hoping for more. It's not happening, not moving. T Massive, you're looking at 5,500. Oh, man, that would be brutal for some of these longs up here. I was looking at 550, 560, but 520 would be testing yesterday's close and current overnight low. So it's possible. That's what they did last night, right? When we were on the stream, we had a similar price action with a channel that was doing this same kind of behavior, and then they flushed it quickly down to test the, at the time, yesterday's overnight low. That was quick 40, 50 points down. All right, now I'm glad I got out. I took that little profit there. Let's wait for the pullback. Let's see how far we're going to go down. Peter, yeah, that 550, this level right here that I have here is coinciding with VWAP. We're getting a reset on the 5-minute. So I may attempt it. The thing is just it's so damn slow. But I'm liking VWAP too. The only thing with VWAP, they flushed VWAP last night around this time. Let's take a look at that. That was the day, that was that DCA trade last night, right? Let's take a look at that trade, how it played out. There we go. So very, very similar price. Oh no, this is this morning. No, 8:45 p.m. Here we go. This was last night. Same thing. It tapered right at the bottom of that channel, then flushed, right? That's where I DCA'd here and, you know, walked out into green. But we had that nasty flush from that ascending channel. And we flushed below VWAP last night. So it's similar price action. Chart patterns tend to repeat themselves, right? So I'm watching VWAP, but I'm also watching for the flush today. Yeah, it's a very similar pattern from last night. That's why I got out. The 5 minute was topping already. Most of the oscillators at on the 5 minute were topping right here, and I'm glad I got out. They hovered it, but let's see. It all depends on how far they go with this pullback. If they're just going to test VWAP this level, we're good. But if they flush like they did last night, then there we go. And I kept saying yesterday, oh, VWAP, VWAP, it's too close. They're going to flush it. And they did it last night, so I don't see why they won't do it again today. Literally around the same time. If we take a look at that trade from last night, right here, got trapped in this same price action that got flushed out. I had to DCA myself out of that one. Walked out nicely in the green, but that was DCA. And last night on that same move, they did flush VWAP, so we'll see. All right, if they're going to do it nasty, it's going to start right now, and they take momentum on this push down. Otherwise, we're kind of resetting on the 5 and the 15 minute. It could be just the VWAP touch, and we get the bounce. But I learned my lesson from last night. It was literally the same long. And once you start seeing the tapering, get out. There we go. That's VWAP touch right there. VWAP and pivot point touch at that point. If it bounces, then bulls are good. Peter Chan is waiting for a 2 minute to close green. Let's take a look at the 2 minute chart. 2 minutes. Here we go. So you're saying you go in when you see a close on the 2 minute. All right, let's see how that plays out. I've never traded on the 2 minute. Shark Treads, have a great night. Green for the night, brother. That's great. Same here. Not a lot, but green for now. Let's see what happens here. So I have this level at 550. Right now it's coinciding with 200 SMA, VWAP, and a pivot point. So you got a nice little area of confluence here. If they want to flush it, they need power. Otherwise, this holds as support. But based on last night, I'm going to have to wait a little bit for confirmation on a bounce. George Panos, what's up? Christopher, were you the one that mentioned that prop firm? I still don't even know how to pronounce it. Alkion Trader Funding? George, couple in the green, some in the red. I'm in the green, not much, but I'm in the green. And we're seeing how far this pullback goes. Rhino, yeah, DC, I've noticed that at night, because the movements aren't so exaggerated, you can get away with DCA. Last night, I looked at the level that we were going to and DCA'd there strong, and we pulled it off. But I wouldn't do that during New York session. New York session, I'll add to a position when we have strong momentum, I'll add. We just haven't had continuation on candles for a while. Okay, Chris, got it. It was a good thing, Chris. Not a bad thing. It's a prop firm that I want to take a look at and try out. Seem to have some nice rules. All right, let's see how far they push on this. Otherwise, this could be the bounce area. Oh, so Peter's got an interesting strategy. He'll wait for the 2 minute to turn green, and this candle has to turn green above the close or the wick. Let me read Peter again. Candle high, so the wick, okay. Nate, found a way to limit my oversizing aggression. Tradesyncer, funded next 25K, max 10 micros. Okay, that's good. All right, so according to Peter's strategy, this is still a non-confirmed bounce. And that's what I'm afraid of, is I'm watching for a flush below VWAP, which they did last night. Around the same time, literally. VWAP has to hold with confirmation. Trader Cat, the 4-hour has a lot of room to move down. True. That's the tricky part of trading when we're so close to all-time highs. I do think, and this is just my bull bias, that we're going to hit all-time highs either tonight or during the New York session. Whether there's a pullback after that or a continuation, I don't know. But I think we're so close to it. The bulls have made an impressive bounce after that flush last week. Good evening to everyone. To any new viewers, live streaming today from Arizona, 3 hours behind New York. So if you're looking at my charts and wondering why is this time 3 hours behind, it's because I'm in Arizona. We do this every night, Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern, trading nasty NASDAQ. And if you trade New York, the New York Open, I do the New York Open as well, 9:15 a.m. Monday through Friday. So 9:15 a.m. or 9:15 p.m. Win, lose, or draw. You'll see it live. All right, still needs, this is the question, are they going to flush VWAP? If they flush VWAP, then we got to look at other levels down there, and it's a little ugly. We are starting to get a cleaner reset on the 5 and 15 minute on oscillators. So we were topping, when I exited, I mentioned that oscillators were pretty high. That doesn't mean anything. The overbought, oversold theory never is valid, but nonetheless, it was showing topping here, and that's why we're taking this pullback. Now we're looking at a 5 and a 50-minute reset on these oscillators. So hopefully VWAP holds. We'll see. Trader Cat, if we break 555, we are going down. Yeah, this is reminding me of last night. That's why I'm not jumping on this long. Last night we did flush VWAP, literally around this same time. So being patient on this one. And this level right here that I have in yellow, that 550, 555 area, that has to hold. Chad, 2 standard deviation from VWAP is 528. Okay. Which would be around yesterday's close, overnight low, if they really want to test down here. So we'll see. Here they go. Taking their lovely time. All right, now positioning below VWAP. Second 200 SMA touch. Peter Chan, 5-minute EMA cross down. So bears are starting to pick up some steam. Yep, I'm not long in this. Last night, I mean, this is literally a repeat of last night. If they flush VWAP, then we're going down the 520, 515 area. It's literally almost at the same time. What time right now? Right now it's 8:45. Let's look at 8:45 last night, and you'll see why I'm resistant to go on that long. Where was it? Right here. 8:45. That's when the flush started happening, and we flushed all the way down to this level. VWAP like was around here. I had to DCA myself to get out of that. Recovered and walked out in the green, but played it on that level. So I'm going to have to wait for the similar level today. Either this one or this one. I just haven't extended it. But literally around the same time. All right, they're flushing below VWAP. Careful, boys. If you're in a short, you're good. Peter Chan, 2-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute. Peter, I'm going to have you come on live, brother, and talk to us about the Hikinashi candles. You got a very interesting strategy. Spent a little time reading up on it, but still a different world for me. But we got to plan that out. JJSOJ, how's the weather in Arizona? Lovely, man. I spent the rest. I traded this morning. Spent the rest of the afternoon with the kids. outside in a pool, 115 degrees, dry, radiating heat, no humidity. I'll take 100 degrees without humidity, in other words, dry Arizona weather, over 90 degrees with humidity. It's just completely different world. Chris Peters, man, there is unlimited strategies. The funny thing is, every single strategy works as long as you stick to your strategy. The strategies don't work when you start breaking rules, when you start getting into emotional trading and revenge trading. If you stick to the strategy will work. As long as the strategy has a 67%, 70% win rate and a good risk to reward long term. Everyone's strategy, as successful as it can be, will fail only because you broke the rules, you got into emotional trading, or you started doing some silly stuff. When I blow accounts, 100% silly trading. Not the strategy, silly trading. Peter Chan is going to alert on his it cannot. Oh, look! It looks like that whole level is holding. But I gotta go to bed soon. This morning I was tired. Last night's stream was 4 hours, and I paid for it dearly. I don't think I went to bed till close to midnight last night. All right, let me start getting this ready for tomorrow. All right, Mr. Peter's about to go in. He's got his reversal candle confirmation. Now he's waiting for his MACD. So Peter, I think, uses Hikanashi candles in addition to MACD. And he's going for the top. If I remember correctly, he's going for the top of this wick. And he'll go for maybe 3 or 4 points. So he'll set his entry at right at the tick above that wick. In other words, this is 62. So he'll set it at 62.25 and probably go for 3 or 4 points. And the man gets his payouts that way. And consistent payouts. I'm impressed. And they're not little payouts either. All right, so let's try Mr. Chan's strategy here. So we're going to put 62.25 and we're going to go for 4 points. It may not work at okay. So all right, so he's not feeling the strategy. If you're not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. I'll follow you if you're feeling it. But yeah, you're right. It is late night volume, so I get it. But it looks good. I mean, listen, the 5 and the 15 minute are saying bounce, but I'm not gonna hang out for another hour waiting for a TP. So I think I'm pretty close to calling it. You're going in? All right, let me follow you. All right, what's the worst that can happen? We blow the account tonight, right? Let me go in with shits and giggles here. 62 plus 4 points. So we're going for 66.25. Oh, but it flushed. So does that flush on your strategy, Peter, mean that the play is over? That basically means the play is over, right? Get out. Jesse is in. Did you close your trade or still holding on, Jesse? Jesse is into on long signal and delta control shift. Got it. Yeah, I mean, it looks like this area is holding. But I'm not liking this now. I think this is no good. 550 has to hold. This is what they did last night. This is why I was afraid of that VWAP bounce. Last night they flushed. Chris Peters, I've seen this give control fake out eating liquidity. Yeah, like I said, the only reason I've been hesitant is based on what they did last night. Not only did they flush VWAP, they hit another level. They slipped right through a level. Tommy Stark, I feel like we may want to test that gap at 493. I mean, 493 would be even below settlement, prior day settlement, and overnight low. I got another level down here at 500, so that would be flushing this level and going straight down there. Now, if they do flush 550, we are going to see pricing down here somewhere. But so far, the pivot point and VWAP is holding. Barely. They're battling it. 200 SMA is giving a little bit of resistance there, or support, but not a bounce, not the bounce we're used to seeing at 200. Tommy Stark, ES is holding it up. All right. 20 SMA is creeping down. So if they can pop the 9 and the 20, then we're good. But they need to pop both. Oh, wait. So we got to wait for a Hikinashi to... So I got to wait for the HA to turn green again. All right. So I'm turning that off then. Jesse is telling us with his indicator, he's in that long. The best loser wins. He's in a short with 21.89 1 minute moving average cross to be downside. If it flips and crosses back, then I will do the same. This is how I track and nail breakouts on a consistent basis. Okay. So he's looking at it on the 1 minute, the 21.89 moving average. So we got a couple different positions in different viewers in different positions, right? We have some longs and we have some shorts. What happens here is going to decide the move. We're at VWAP, we're at pivot point. Last night they flushed it. They're going to do it again. If they hold this area and they bounce it, the longs are good. If they flush, then bears are winning this move at least. Tommy Stark, yeah, I'm flat right now. I took one trade. I got out at the topping of that trade, so I walked out in a green. I'm glad I got out. That was a lesson from last night. And now I'm just waiting to see how far down we go on this. Jesse James, sellers be selling. Yeah, it's a repeat. I'm telling you, it's a repeat of last night. Chart patterns tend to repeat themselves. Corey Haram, welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody to the stream. If you're new to the stream and you're enjoying, you got to enjoy the content. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post content. I'm doing this now Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. for the late Asia or pajama trading session as I call it. And for the morning traders, New York Open, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. All right, here we go. Here's that level, 550. 550 has to hold. Otherwise, boys, it's a repeat of last night. This is a range, and exactly what we had last night. We are in this overnight range. I'll be hands off until we get either further down or a confirmation on a bounce. Corey, yeah, you missed it. Jesse was here last night. You'll see, you'll hear Jesse frequently on this stream as well. Welcome. Come on in.
Hello there. Hello.
You saying hi to the stream?
Yeah.
When are you gonna start trading?
Didn't I say when I'm a 50-year-old man who's retired, unemployed, and also a failure, who's also homeless, but somehow has a peak?
Okay, there you go. Very good one. You going to bed?
Yeah.
All right. Did you guys finish watching the movie?
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Okay.
Love you. Just ain't right. Oh man, what happened, brother? I love the acronym JAR. Just ain't right. Avalon is entering 25-point stop in a long. We did hit 550 this level. See if she wants more. Nate, make or break here. Yeah, I think it's make or break. If they hold this, then the bounce is playing out. If they break, then yeah, we're probably going to see 520, but looks like we're getting a bounce. We are in a descending channel though. Ori, appreciate you, man. Thanks for subscribing. All right, they're going for 550. If they flush below 550, there's further downside to this. Nate, requesting your first Bulenox payout tomorrow. Brother, congratulations. That's huge. Tommy, this is this is the only reason I'm not entering. This is reminding me of last night. We flushed below VWAP and we flushed below the level below VWAP. That's why I'm a little resistant to take this long yet. If the channel, this little descending channel breaks, we're going down to 520. I'll have to watch for a long down there. If the channel holds and we bounce, then sigh of relief. All right, here comes the flush. Yeah, this is a repeat of last night. Chart patterns tend to repeat themselves. There we go. That's a clean flush down here. There's no holding that at that point. I'll look at 520. They're going after prior day settlement, current overnight low. So we are range bound, boys. There's your range. G Charles, Bulenox does have an activation fee, and unless you're getting a 50K, everything above that, they're pretty expensive on their activation fees. I only buy 150Ks, and the 150K with Bulenox is $4.95. AB just made 900 bucks off that flush. Nice. All right, let's see. We got this support level, right? This resistance level that needs to hold us. Yeah, I'm looking for 520, 525 if I'm going to enter on this. If they bounce it here, then they have time. But look at this. Look at the New York session. That's a resistance area that became support. 520 is what I'm looking at. Jamie, you caught that move? Nice. Let's see if we get to 520. Otherwise, they might bounce it at 540. I mean, at this point, they're so close to testing prior day settlement and overnight low. I don't see why they wouldn't drop it another 20 points, but we'll see. And now, stuck. All right, let me go back to my 1 minute. I need to get my 1 minute NASDAQ dose. $5.40 wants to hold. Will it hold is the question. Peter Chan, 36 is the bottom VWAP line, second standard deviation. All right, there's the bounce. 5-point bounce off of VWAP. I'm sorry, off of 540. All right, 540 seems to be holding. All right, let's see if there's another pullback to this to test 537. At that point, 537 has to hold. If they touch below, I'm still not interested. NQ retracers are so nasty if you get in late. Yep. Charles, a test of prior day settlement and current overnight low around that area. All right, looks like the bounce did happen at 540. I may have missed it. There's always a test. Let's see if we test this again. Ooh. They're pushing. Peter Chan is doing his signature move at 49.25 for a couple points. Hello, ARC LA Tex Animal Rescue. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. ARC LA, I'm assuming Arkansas, Louisiana, Tex Animal Rescue. Shout out, brother. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for tuning in. And good evening, good night, good morning, and good afternoon to all the overseas traders. Oh wow, looks like that bounce held, man. Missed it. We get a test. We get a test of that low. Peter Chan is in, and he's in for only 4 or 5 points. And he's got it. Nice. Well, looks like 540 was the bounce area. That was the play. See if we get a test of this 537 area again. A little test down here for the bounce. If they wick below, I won't be interested, but I do need the test. Arkansas, Louisiana, Tex Animal Rescue. Hoping to pass my Topstep combine today. I'm being very cautious and careful. Good. Congrats on being close. Yeah, Peter, you got a nice little, it's a very tight strategy. In other words, you're going for 4 or 5 points, but you're consistently getting those. So that's impressive. You add 2 or 3 contracts to that, it adds up. Very nice. Rangap boy, I'm down 300 right now. Oh man, I'm sorry, brother. Just disconnect for a little bit. Get out of the mental loop. And look for your next setup. I just missed the entry there at 540, but might have to let this one go. It's also getting late. I don't know if I want to stay on for another hour in a trade. Okay, here we go. Here we go for the test. Are they going to come down and test that level? The low of this move, 537. If they wick below that, no bueno. Peter Chan, I'm a chicken during New York session, only 1 or 2 contracts max. Yeah, but from what I've seen, because you're playing breaks of those candles, your 4 or 5 points are almost guaranteed. But I like it. I got to learn more about that strategy. 4 or 5 points multiple times a day with an 80% win rate. That's money right there. All right, what's going to happen here? Are they going to come down and flush it back down, or starting to build a lower high on this? Chris Peters, there's one more order block to fill a little lower low. This wasn't the move. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm eyeing 520. PacWest photo. That's a lot of commissions. Yeah, in the live trading world, I could see how commissions may add up. But as long as it's profitable, net profitable, we all pay commissions on live accounts. I think it's still in the channel, Peter. If it breaks below this, then you're out of that ascending channel, right? But I think you're still good. Oh no, you're right. It's breaking out. Let's see if we get 520, but I'm also falling asleep now. That may be it for me. Christopher, same here, man. I can't do a repeat. Plus, tomorrow's Friday. I got to trade in the morning, so I'm going to make an executive decision here and call it a night. Appreciate everyone who tuned in tonight. If you're new to the stream, appreciate you. If you're enjoying the content, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. I do this Monday through Thursday, 9:15 p.m. Eastern, and I do the morning session if you trade nasty NASDAQ in the morning, 9:15 a.m. But tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's a big day. Don't want to come in sleep deprived. So I'll see everyone in the morning. That for those of you that trade New York, 9:15 a.m. For the rest of you guys, I'll see you Monday. I don't trade Sunday. I'll see you guys Monday, 9:15 p.m. Good night. Got a little bit of green, but I think there's more downside to this, so I'm going to call it a night. Have a good one. Appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate the support. It's been a nice little journey during the late night Asia session. So appreciate you all. Have a great night.